teach people how to use the science of applied behavior analysis with an array of different species of animals. Um, Sorry, I'm having a little technical difficulty here. You can get a hold of me if you have questions at Lara, Lara, at theanimalbehaviorcenter.com. And you can pay attention to our Facebook page. We have events. We've got one coming up this Saturday, a live stream event, and then 2 live stream events the following Tuesday. So you can keep track. But that happens. To men. Um, so here he is having his um, come to Jesus moment with the director, trying to get Rocky excited and ready to be on set. So every morning they would check in with us, see if we were ready. Of workshops. Uh, my husband designed this room just for training and for workshops. Our workshops were often sold out because we have them in small amounts. We had behavior training workshops. This is where we started off one workshop with the work with axolotls. I don't know if some of you on here were in this workshop. We had several different workshops. We also had our events. We had a lot of events here. We had our annual event. I can't remember what it was called. Those were big. Those were a lot of work. Those took us a year to put together, but we brought together some amazing names. And this is Joel Vidovic, board certified behavior analyst. He was a very popular presenter here at one of our events. You may recognize some of these faces. This is when I first met Dr. Jason Crean, was when he came for one of our first annual events. We had this event every year. It was a lot of work and took us all year to prepare them, where we flew in people from different parts of the United States. Well, different people would fly in, including the speakers and some international people. So I did see that somebody said, I hope cello's in here. Yes, cello has a section in here. And cello came to us from Jason, and he ended up flying up into the rafters, and Jason asked me if I wanted a pigeon, and I said I've always wanted a pigeon. And we're getting ready to get some more pigeons because they are rock stars. They are one of the smartest animals I've ever trained, quick to pick up. And for this is probably going to be it. But do you guys remember when we brought the four? I remember the four baby ostriches to the center for training. I can't even remember their names. Was it Kramer, Cecil, Freddie? And I can't remember the fourth one, but they stayed in that room that my husband built just for training. And what a mess that was. And then we would practice handling their legs, get them used to for injections if we needed. And even when they went where they needed to go, I was still, this is one of the babies, I was still out there working with them and scale training them. You guys remember all that? Okay. Next on, yeah, these ostriches now are a lot bigger than, a lot taller than me, and I'm 5'8", and they can run very fast. Remember when, you guys remember this? When my husband and I found out about a deaf and blind puppy that was born in North Carolina, and my husband said, let's go get her. And I was like, that fast? That fast? And he's like, yeah, let's go get her. So we got in touch with the person, the organization that had her, and Freddie and I drove to North Carolina to pick up Snow, this little deaf and blind border collie. So we ended up picking her up outside of Raleigh, North Carolina, and then we drove halfway home to Charleston, West Virginia, and got a hotel room where my husband and I went out and had a fabulous dinner. I remember that dinner so well. And we came back to the room, and I just sat and worked with her, trained her. And here is a video of one of her first interactions with Quincy. Quincy is our 9-year-old Rottweiler who we recently had to put down due to advanced stage spinal cancer. This one, uh, yeah, I think I'll be able to talk about it. Um, weren't sure he was going to live. I kept him in my bedroom with me for about 2 to 3 days, nursing him back to health. And then he wanted to go back out to the center. So, against the advice I was given I did take him back out to the center, and he ended up thriving there. But I spent so much time with this bird because him and I are so extremely bonded to each other. Extremely. We ended up all the volunteers helped me in bringing him back to health. There we would have over 800 posts a day of people following Rico's accident. Here is a selfie I took of the two of us when I thought Rico was going to make it through it. But the people that would post on the Facebook page is what helped keep me going. And do you guys remember these two? Um, Says, I believe it's Ashley and Rachel. They were one of the several people following Rico. I didn't even know people were following. I didn't even know some of these people that followed the work that we did, but I believe they're out of New Jersey or Pennsylvania, and I have been in touch with them since then. So this was 9 years ago. This accident happened, and they posted this picture for me, and I don't know if I already showed that photo or not, but, um, my husband has recently passed, and I want to dedicate this live stream to him and thank him for helping my dream come true and bringing everything we he helped make happen over the past 10 years. So, you guys knew Sam was going to be a part of this. So, this is Sam, the 38-year-old blind Amazon who had his eyes removed, that I adopted from a helping wing out in New Jersey and found out after he came here that he had not been let out of his cage with the his former owners in over 18 years because he couldn't see. And it's one of the first things I did, even in Sam ended up getting very sick, and within 6 months of adopting him, I had to put him down. And that is why he is tattooed on the inside of my arm right here, and he's got that the tattoo has that, bell up right next to him. Quincy we ended up finding out a couple months ago she had advanced stage spinal cancer. Her